To the extent I'm known, it's obviously as a musician. But one of my great loves is photography. Photography and music are different forms of expression with the same impulse for me, and it is about telling stories. With photography and songs, you don't have to give the audience the whole story. You give them some of the story and you allow them to discover it for themselves. What does that mean to you? So a big part of being an artist to me is knowing, almost like having some kind of glasses on, that tell you that a random object is symbolic of something. So photography is a little bit different in that, I think you chase a lot of leads, and most of them don't turn into stories, but some of them do. Yeah, And a story is not always obvious, like once upon a time and you see the beginning, middle, and the end. A story, to me, begins emerging as an impulse. Underexposing is going to be the way to go on this. So if it's 45. One of the things that's the most interesting to me is to know that it'll have great tones as a photograph. And that may seem like a vapid endeavor, but to me, you have to make a decision on how you're going to expose this in order to get the story that you want. Beautiful. When I started really taking printing in the darkroom seriously, it was so that I could make lasting, holdable, archival images with some art in them of my kids. I felt like, okay, well, if I shoot this on film and if I make the prints myself, I can tell a story that they can carry with them, which is the essence of photography, really. This kind of seems like the Japanese Beatles to me. It just looks like a weird, out of sync Abbey Road moment, This is William Shatner. I made a record for Shatner, wrote songs with him, essentially just songs about his life. And he wanted to buy a horse in Kentucky. So he's done this quite a few times. He knows the ritual. I had no idea what they were talking about. Apparently he bought the horse in code while we were all standing there, and we get in the car and he goes, "Yep, it's purchased." And I said, "Are you serious? When did you say that?" He goes, "I said it." When did you say? I didn't hear that at all. I was listening really carefully. "Benny, I said it." So he bought that horse. There's a fine line between sneaking up on someone and stealing sort of their image and just doing it quietly. Like I don't want to go stealing a moment either and being a sneak. But there are times when someone's having a quiet moment, you're walking, it seems like, I don't know, I have a meter that tells me that this is okay. I've spent my life on stage. It's not part of my paradigm that someone wouldn't be looking at me. It's just not my experience. So I don't feel like an inconspicuous, invisible photographer. In photography, I believe that there are different languages, and you choose a language to master. Black and white has been that language for me. I see scenes everywhere in black and white. I think, especially as you have more life experience, you realize how much things change every year, every moment. But to have that captured in a way that tells a story is invaluable. Art in general seems to be about telling a story. The storytelling is part of human nature.